I invite you to take a few breaths and let all your days, your ordinary time, getting out of this sacred space, forgetting the mysteries of Avalon, for preparing our faces, our souls, our bodies, ourselves to meet her in a sacred ceremony. Now is the time. Blessed be. I invite you to close your eyes as we travel intentionally through our closed eyes to the dark temple of Avalon. Take a deep breath behind your closed eyes. Breathe
breathe in the darkness that surrounds you. Feel the mists surround you. Silently ask to travel to Avalon, to the dark temple there. And as you do so, feel the temperature change. And take one step forward, feeling what you feel, feeling around you as the mists come up. Feel the wetness and the moistness of these lilac mists. Take another step and take a third step, finding yourself deep within. Take one more step forward through the mists and out into the darkness on the other side to this western Isle of the Dead, to Avalon. Finding yourself standing on her body. Finding yourself standing in front of a temple. Look at it. What do you see? You hear a drum beat and you hear the rattle of women. You approach the temple and the doors open, allowing you in. Come in, enter, welcome. Find your place in your circle of sisters and brothers. Find your place in your tribe. Sit around the fire. And from this temple space, finding yourself seated, you feel your feet firmly on the ground. You feel your senses, your skin, your ears, your mouth, your nose, your eyes, all closed. Down you go. From your beating heart, down you go. Breathing down, down, down through the layers of decay, through the decay of the previous year and the previous years, through the decay of all layers of man and womankind, through all the layers of life, through all of them, through the darkness, down, down, down you go, connecting and connecting down into the heart of the mother, the heart of Eartha, feeling that thread of connection, that energy that connects you, binds you, brings you here again and again. Feeling that pulsing like the drums in your ears, like the drums that you feel in your heart ever since your heart first started beating. When you bring these energies up, back, up, 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 through the caverns, through the dark caves of this hollow hill, back up, 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 and up, until you come through your feet again, returning to your body and your heart, feeling that expanded energy growing in you. Feeling a sky route from your heart going upwards through that closed throat chakra that needs to speak up and speak your truth. through that middle eye that knows and sees all, and out through your crown, up into the hut above your head, out and up through the dark skies and the hanging trees, up through, past where the birds were flying, past the owl flight, and through the mists and the clouds, up, and out of our atmosphere into the abyss of pure black darkness that is not our atmosphere, that is beyond us, that is outside us, that is outside our knowing, our kenning, finding and seeking our mother star, going faster than the speed of light and the speed of all our senses, finding and seeking that most distant, that most precious home, our mother essence, our origin, our source, connecting with her, our heart with her heart, feeling that pulse, that shimmy, that increasing energy as you bring back this love through your connection, through your thread of energy back down, down, past the Milky Way, past all the sparkling stars in the sky, down, back towards Earth, a tiny spot in the distance growing ever larger as we find our way back to Earth, back down into our atmosphere, down through all the layers of breathingness, of inspiration, of expiration, of air and all her particles, back down into the sky and the ceiling above you, and back down into our bodies to rejoin and rejoice in this energy explosion within our bodies. Limitless and perfect, we stand here in our soul's incarnation, growing and emanating this out and beyond Avalon, but especially in Avalon, in this dark temple. And from this place, we invoke the wheel of Avalon and of Britannia. Blessed be.
Now turn with me to the northwest to welcome, to call Morgan Messoe, the Morgan of Samhain, the Morgan of throne and thunder, the dark one, the old woman. Come, Morgan Messoe, with your lightning, with your hawks, with your sickle, to help us end what it's old, what is worn out. Help us break everything back to its essence and bring us back home with you. Hail and welcome, Morgan Massey. Blessed be.
And in your mind's eye now, I invite you to turn to the North Star, to the star being, as we welcome and call to Morgan Tyronaway, the eldest and most ancient of all the Morgans, star being, shining one. We call to you, stone women, to see through us, to help us see the bones of us, to help us see the perspective of the air, of the owl, and how we count from a distance, from how we look from a distance. We call to you for dreams, and we ask you to feast on our fears, our raw fears at this time of Samhain, when we discern what we need and we don't. Morgan, Tyrone away, take our fears, we give them to you. We ask that you watch over us this night and honour us with dreams of our future. And we breathe you in. Hail and welcome, Morgan Tyrone away. Blessed be.
In your minds, turn with me to the northeast. We welcome you, Morgan Thetis, Morgan of the first signs of springtime, Morgan with your light dancing, eternal youthfulness. Bring your light, especially at this time of Samhain, where we look deeply into the shadowy places and we need your light to shine. The light that is within us, the eternal youth, the hope, the upliftment. Bring your power of elevation, Morgan Thetis, of lightness, of joy, of seeing that light even in the dark, of feeling that light within us even as we look into the shadows in this time of Samhain. Remind us of the eternity, of the timelessness, as we welcome our ancestors. Let us send them your light, Morgan Thetis. As we welcome our ancestors, may they feel your light shining deep within as we connect to our ancestors and welcome them. We honor our ancestors. We call for your light to light their path in the other world. Welcome, welcome. Hail and welcome. We breathe you in. Hail and welcome, Morgan Thetis. Blessed be.
Let us turn to the east. In your mind's eye, let us call in Morgan Clayton, as she is the flame within us. She is the fire, the spirit. She is our courage, our passion. Let us have her remind us in this time, a Samhain, of our courage, our passion, and our ability to transform through the ashes like the phoenix. We thank you for your strength, for the flame within us that lights our way, for the courage, the passion, and all the things that drive us forward, that remind us every time we see the sunrise of our own light, of the light within in the darkness. Let us honor you. Thank you for your presence and the flame within and without. Let us breathe her in. Hail and welcome, Morgan Clayton.
And in your mind's eye, turn with me to the southeast. We call you Morgan Thetis, Morgan of love, Morgan of intimate sensuality, Morgan of joyful sexuality, Lady of the blossoming of the spring of the flowers. In this Samhain season, we call to you to feel the love of our ancestor, in the south is facing the opposite direction of Samhain. We ask you to weave a bridge that connect us with our ancestors so we may feel their love. Morgan Thetis, we breathe you in. Hail and welcome, Morgan Thetis. Blessed be.
Turn with me to the south, where we welcome Morgan Glyton, Lady of the Waters, Lady of Emotion, Compassion, and of the Summer, of the Selkies, mermaids, water dragons, and also of the heron that travels between our world and the other world, bringing us messages and love from our ancestors on the other side. The Lady of the Chalice, we drink deeply of your waters to receive healing and love at this time. Morgan Glyton, we breathe you in. Hail and welcome, Morgan Glyton. Blessed be.
Please turn with me in your mind's eye to the southwest. And in this direction, we call you Mistress Glytonia, Grey Mother. We welcome you with your gifts of nurturing, of abundance, the birth of the new. Will hold us in your unconditional love as we journey deeper into the darkness. Please guide us to hold this space of unconditional love within ourselves. Guide us to nurture ourselves, to understand what it is that we truly need, to understand what it is that truly nurtures us, our bodies, our souls. Please help us to receive and allow your abundance to reach all those places that truly need it, all those places within ourselves, all those places in the world. Please let your abundance flow. Guide us with your gift of birth in these times to be wise and to understand how to birth that which is needed in the world. Mistress Glytonia, we breathe your energies in. Hail and welcome, Mistress Glytonia. Blessed be.
In your mind's eye, turn with me to the west. We welcome you, Morgan Moroneux. You are the earth beneath our feet. You are the soil. You are the sacred landscape of Avalon. Your dress is orange, brown, red, and golden, like the leaves on the trees. The final bright glow before winter takes over. With you, Morgan Moroneux, the days begin to shorten and the darkness is returning. You are beach woman and can be found in Bushycombe and in the Abbey grounds. Your crystals are from the darkness, hidden and undisturbed for millennia. In this time of seven, you help us to let go, to bring all things and all our wishes into manifestation. We breathe you in. Hail and welcome, Morgan Moroneux. Blessed be.
Turn with me to the center. Heart of the wheel. We call to you, Morgan Alefe, Morgan of Avalon. You're the shapeshifter. You are the lady with the violet rod. In the time of showing, you are the varger that keep us to the Isle of Death. Come, Morgana Le Fair. Lady of Transformation, Avalonian. Hold us during this journey to the sacred Isle of Death. Transform us. You're the raven. You're the magic. You're the one, the threshold. We breathe your energies in. Hail and welcome, Morgana Le Fay, holder of the mysteries of Avalon. Blessed be.
My pet. There you all are. I was waiting for you. I am Morgan Massaway. Today we celebrate Samhain, and with this festival I have the honor to bring you to the other realm. The realm of our Dark Mother and our ancestors. Don't be afraid. Even when we talk about the dark, even when I bring you to the dark realm, where we will meet the priestesses and priests to bring you to the Dark Mother, it will still be a place which is created from love. The darkness is the healing place. The darkness is the place of truth. Only through darkness you will come into the light. Like a seed can be planted in the dark womb of our great mother to bring our truth to fruition, so it will be with us too. So take my hand, close your eyes, take a deep breath. In and out you breathe. Focus your being to your inner light, the place of vision between your eyes. In your inner eye you will see my crow. How does she look? What sounds does she make? And please don't be afraid. I'm right here with you. You are not alone. She spreads her wings and she begins to fly. Deep inside, you hear her voice telling you to follow her, and you will follow her. While you are following her, you will see an entrance of a cave. The crow will fly into that cave. Walk into that cave. In the cave, you see a light, and the crow says, "Follow the light." Step by step, you go further and further into that cave. Feel the trust inside of you. Feel the inner knowing of safety. Feel that you are entering a place created from love. And then, there you are. Breathe deep in and out and see that the crow is still there for you. And I, Morgan Mazaway, will stay with you. Feel my presence. Feel my love for you. The priestesses and priests you will see now will take this journey over. Let them be your guides. Let them be the light who will serve you into this dark place. They know, they feel, and they all live and work in her grace, the grace of our dark mother. I will let you go now. I am around this season the whole time. Call my name Morgan Mazaway, and I will be there. I will be there always, always, always. My loved ones, blessed be.
I invite you now to find your candles. As we enter the death road, the road of our ancestors, at this time of honouring those who came before us, a way of honouring those whose blood runs through our veins, who make up our faces. We honour all our love to those who held us, either in this lifetime or from times that precede ourselves. Honouring those whose choices, sacrifices, and gifts have given us the life that we are living through our own paths. And we are going to be inviting you in a moment to say the names. And for now, we will begin. Blessed be.
Bring this light of sowing to all of my mother's line back to its beginning. Blessed be.
I offer my love down, back through my mother line, my mother's mother, my mother's mother's mother, and my father line, my father's mother, her mother and her mother and her mother. And I give thanks. Blessed be.
I call in and honor all the ancestors in my mother line, mother, her mother's mother, her mother's 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 mothers, all the way back to the creatrix of all. I honor my father line and call for healing for the wounded ones. And I honor all the ancestors in my father line. And so it is, blessed be.
With this light, I would like to honor both my mother and father line for all the lifetimes that I have lived, for the wisdom that continues to live on within me and beyond me. I thank you for the light that has continued since the spark of creation. I honor that light that is housed within me upon lifetime. Blessed be.
I honor my ancestors. I welcome them into this sacred space. I honor my grandparents, my motherline, my fatherline. I honor them in this special night. Blessed be.
I give gratitude and blessings to my mother line and my father line, going back to my mother, my grandmother, great grandmother, and aunties, my father line, my grandfather, great grandfather, and going all the way back, all those ancestors known and unknown. Thinking of them on this special night. Blessed be.
I honor my father and all of his ancestors. I honor the ancient ancestors who remembered how to honor the sacred trees and the sacred earth, and all the ancestors all the way back to the source. I honor my mother line and all the wisdom and the legacy of unconditional love passed down to me. Thank you. Blessed be.
I honor all my ancestors from my mother line, Gertrud, Antonia, Angela, Wilhelmine. I also honor the ancestors of my father line, Bernhard, another Louise, and Karl. Thank you, Papa, for everything you have given me in your lifetime. I honor you and I celebrate your life. Blessed be.
And now we're going to invite you to share the names of your ancestors. You can do this by unmuting yourself and saying a couple of names, or you can do this silently yourself in your own space, or you can put their names in the chat whichever you feel more comfortable with. And remember, if you don't have a candle of flame in front of you, remember the energy of your heart and all the love that is held there. Put your hand to your heart, and we invite you now to honour your own ancestors. Please feel free to unmute randomly and just say some names out loud, or as I said, just do so in the chat.
Would like to honour Genevieve, Lillian May of my mother's line. Also Winifred, Mary, Alice Maud of my father line. Blessed be.
Blessed be. We have Joseph, Maria, Alua, Elizabeth, Joseph, here written down from Bettina. Thank you, blessed be. Honour Gabrielle, Hedwig, Harriet and Edward, Walter, Lillian, Patrick, Pamela, Levron, Mary Hugh, Baudier, Adeline, Girton. Ancestors of my mother line and my father line, ancestors of blood and ancestors of choice, so mote it be. Indeed, blessed be. Angela, Cesario, Francisco, Procopia, Irene, Gunvor, mother line, Erling and my father line. Anneli, Anna, Kurt, Joseph, Bahurmir, Helena. Apologies for my British accent if I'm mispronouncing these. I ask that the ancestors don't mind my accent and my mispronunciation. Honour my mother Sylvia and her mother Joan, Doreen and her mother, the infinite line, Roman and Denise.
I would like to honour Claire and Cyril from my mother line and Doris from my father line, and give thanks for all they've done to make me who I am today. Blessed be.
Blessed be. I have Anton, Elsa, Asborn, Johann, Solborg, Raymond, father and mother line again, Teresa, Elena, Rosa, Anna Maria. Please feel welcome to carry on adding these names during the evening. All will be held throughout this evening, throughout this dark temple of ours. Carry on placing their names. And remember, we are the ancestors of the future. As Grandmother Yu reminds us, what will we do? How will people talk about us? One of the lessons of the yew tree, discernment. How do we spend this day, each day? How are we ancestors? Blessed be.
My beloved sons and daughters, I've been listening to you. I've been seeing your heart. I see you. I feel you. I can see your love, your shadow, your pain. I am in the threshold, holding the sacred place. You are all blessed. Yes, let go what is no more needed. Hear my voice into your heart. I am the dark. I am the death and will be rebirth. All of your ancestors are blessed. And I love all of you. I see you each and every moment. I am walking with you. Remember, just let go all what doesn't serve anymore. Because I am the lady who's stirring the cauldron. I am the loving lady that holds you so you can face your shadows and let them go. Feel my dark embrace and give your sorrow to my Morgan crow. I am the lady in the Isle of Death, and I love you, and I hold you in your difficult times. I'm here, loving you, holding you. I give you my hand when you go down into the labyrinth of your life, so that you can feel safe and strong enough to let go. I transform you, and I do also challenge you so that you can go deep, deep, deep and transform and get back into your bright, innocent light. I see you, and you can see me. Always in this time. Remember, I love you. Give to me all your fear so you can shine. My beloved sons and daughters, my beloved child, I love you.
And after receiving a message from the dark goddess, from the lady of the other world, it is time to face our shadows. So I ask you to take your mirror, or if you don't have it, you can look yourself on a reflecting surface. And I invite you to look at yourself in the mirror. Who are you seeing? Who is in front of you? See your face from different angles. Look yourself in your eyes because they are the portal to your soul and to your shadow. The shadow is that part of yourself that you don't want to show because perhaps you are afraid of it. It is the part that you try to deny, to suppress, to hide from the world. Look at yourself in the mirror and see how, in this dark temple of the crowned goddess, the reflection on your mirror gets distorted, and you see yourself veiled. How has your face changed? How different are you now? You are facing your shadow. Ask her, who is she? She has a name, the guilty, the fear of being seen, the belief of not being enough. What is your shadow? Who is the one that is looking at you through the mirror? Do you recognize her? How does she controls your life? Close your eyes for a moment and remember a moment of your life in which she was controlling you. Remember when you were controlled by your fears, your pain, your excuses, your self-criticism. Whatever your shadow is, Keep her in your mind. And now look again at yourself in the mirror. And just send her a message. I love you, my beloved shadow. You are a part of me. Let me send your love. Let me send you my love so I can integrate you. But I take the power from you. So now you are not able to control my life. So touch the mirror with your face. Feel the shadow being part of you. Let her find a space in your body and send your love to that part of your body. We honor you, our shadows. We embrace you in this Samhain night. We take the power from you. From now, you can sit, but you can't control me. Take a deep breath. And another one. And now prepare yourself to dance with your shadows. Blessed be.
If you can't stand up, if you can't stand up, just in your mind's eye, feel yourself moving through life. Feel the beat in your body. Feel where those shadows, those fears, those things that maybe haunt you, feel them in your body, dancing with you, no longer holding you back, but allowing you to move, allowing you to integrate fully shadows. As it is a part of you. Friend it. Love it. dark building, that energy with you. Allow yourself to be as bright and allow your shadows to join slowly moving down, integrating that light and dark shadow. Honoring and thanking your body, your light, your shadow, with a deep gratitude. Blessed be.
Hello, good evening, everyone. My name's Kerry, and I'm here with your Oracle card readings for this Samhain season using the Seasons of the Witch Samhain Oracle. So you can choose, if you feel drawn, to card 1, card 2, or card 3. So you can pop in the chat which card you would like. Okay. And so we'll start with card number 1. And that is broom. Okay. And so the keywords are clearing, purifying, and home. What dreams may come from what you seek? Make room, make way, a clearing need be. So as you can see, we've got this witch in the picture holding her broom upright. So using this broom to energetically sweep, as well as literally clearing the floor and clearing the house, clearing the doorstep, making room for new to come in. And as tonight we've got a new moon, so this is a good time to clear and make way for the new to come in. So this is her magical tool she's using to sweep away the debris and rubbish and things we don't need, helping us to let go. So a perfect card for this time of the year. And then we have card 2, which is owl. And so for the owl card, the keywords are knowledge and observer. So behold, sight, O ancient ones, for there is magic in the darkest of places, if one dares to open their eyes. So if we think of the owl, it can see pretty much, 270 degrees, and it can see very far and hear, not necessarily always see, but it can pick up. So the owl is asking us, can we tune into our intuition and listen in to the things not necessarily always seen, using our owl sight? So, and then carrying those messages on soft wings. So we think when the owl flies, it makes no noise because of its special feathers. So this could be a message for our loved ones, bringing messages on silent wings to us at this time of Samhain. And then for card number 3, we have Black Cat. And the keywords for that are, so, a second. Find keywords. So there's a curious journey into the depths of unknown, hidden so deep that only the brave will gracefully return, with light in their eyes and shadow leading home. So this is about self-care. So the cat, well, it is as it is. It is the queen of the home. It very much knows what it wants and will look after itself and its health first. We could see that as selfish, but actually the cat tells us that that is necessary. So whether it's a 20-minute trip to the coffee shop, or it could be a weekend away, but this card reminds us to take time for ourselves as we go into the winter season to rest and recuperate, and that it's not selfish, but is actually necessary for us. So if this message resonates for you, for card 3. Hope you all have a blessed Samhain. Blessed be.
I'm going to sing a song for you. And this song was created by myself and a spiral sister in my 2nd year Priestess of Avalon training. And I sing it out for you. And just imagine the dark goddess sitting and steering at her cauldron brewing. Soul and bone, soul and bone, sacred cauldron, blood and bone, blood and bone, sacred cauldron, blood and bone, soul and bone, soul and bone, my sacred cauldron, soul and bone. Soul and bone, great grandmother grown, sacred hair grows away. Bid your darkness fall, let us return to earth again. Great grandmother grown, sacred hair goes away. Bid your darkness fall, let us return to earth again. Great grandmother grown. Blessed be.
Now it is time to leave the dark temple, to start our first step back into the world we live in. So I invite you to take your last look around the dark temple, at the people you share it with, at the fire in the centre, at the priests and priestesses, your tribe, and you close your eyes, concentrating once more on your feet and what they stand on, feeling firm, feeling sure-footed. You stand and you walk slowly to the entrance. The door is held open for you, and you walk through it. And you turn to the left and walk down a hill a short way, before suddenly you are surrounded once more by mists, thick and violet, stopping you in your tracks, for you cannot see in front of you, behind you, beside you. You are surrounded, enveloped, shrouded, surrounded by the other world, surrounded by magic. and you stand still until you take one step forward, feeling a shift in the veil, and take another step forward, feeling a slight increase in temperature, another step forward, and when you breathe in, it doesn't feel so thick. And your last step forward, you leave this veil of mist behind you. You stand still once more, looking at the world around you, closing your eyes and putting your head down to look at your feet once more, concentrating on your feet, concentrating now on your seat, where you are seated, finding yourself back in the room where you started, back in the room where this began. And you find yourself seated completely into your body. You are able to move your feet and your arms in this current time and current place of your home or wherever you are. When you're ready, you can open your eyes once more and just blink a couple of times, and you are returned. And with your eyes either open or closed, but with your hands upwards, cupped, we thank the Lady of Avalon, Morgan Basaway, and all the Morgans of this circle, standing or seated in our bodies, knowing we are of air, we are of fire, we are of water, and we are of earth. We consume, and we are at one and with one ourselves in this world. Within us is always the girl child, the lover, the mother, and the crone. In our centres, we always have the Lady of Avalon, who is the centre of us. And we give thanks this evening for all that we have in our hands, for our ancestors, and we're honouring them with our flame, for the way we have moved our bodies, for the way we have listened to sound and sight. We have listened to the crone. We have listened to Mazaway and her wisdom. We have looked in the dark mirror. We have sung. We have listened to her wisdom from her oracles. And we have watched visions of her birds. And we thank the Lady of Avalon this evening for providing us with this ceremony, to all who have joined here together. O Holy Lady of Avalon, thank you for this evening. Thank you for our lives. Thank you for our skills in this lives that have been given by our ancestors. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Blessed be.
And now we have left the temple of the dark goddess. We are about to finish our ceremony, but the Samhain season has just started. So I want to offer you some ideas, some activities we can do during this season in order to connect with the Samhain energies, with the crown goddess. You know, it is about creating a strong connection with the wheel of the year. And the first activity I would like to suggest you is to create a Samhain altar. And what can we put in what can we place in our Samhain altar? We can put some otherworld symbols like a crown goddess figure or a crown goddess print. We can add some crow feathers or a cauldron in which we can place a candle inside to represent the light from our ancestor. We also can add a dark mirror or a black mirror just to connect with those parts of ourselves that can't be seen. And if you are very connected into nature, perhaps you want to add some natural elements like bare branches that you can find on a walk or dark stone, or you can paint some stone with symbols that are related to the crown goddess. And of course, you can gather some herbs and dry them and put them in your altar. And also, why not adding some bones? Because now we're facing the time of the year in which we embrace the death and its mysteries. And if you like adding flowers to your altar, perhaps you can add some cyclamens, heather, aster, chrysanthemum. They are all flowers that are connected to the energies of Samhain because they can be naturally found at this time of the year, and many of them are used in the cemeteries right now. And of course, if you want to leave some offerings and you like to have an altar that is always changing, you may add some pumpkins, apples, perhaps dark grape, sweet potatoes. You can place them on your altar and leave them for a couple of days just to honor the goddess, your ancestors, and then you can use them for cooking. And of course, black and purple candles. On this image, you can find my personal altar from last year, in which you can see some bones, some pumpkins, some cauldrons. And on the next slide, um, you can find more altars. The first one is the Goddess Temple altar at Samhain at last year. You can see that there are many details. I love the purple fairy lights that can be seen there. In the center, you can see an altar to honor the crown goddess I did this year. You can find many symbols like the skulls, the bones, the cauldron of transformation, dried herbs like lavender, and a print of Carrie Dwan by Caroline Lear. And you can see some pomegranates to connect with Persephone. And in the last picture, you can find a detail of the goddess temple altar. You can see the black candles, some tea lights to honor the ancestor. And at the back, you can see Shilana gigs. And if you like to learn more about how can you create a Samhain altar, you can follow the link that you have on the screen. It is a small guide I wrote this year, and you can read it in my blog. The text is in Spanish, but you can automatically translate it into English. So you're more than welcome if you want to have a look. And we have more activities. On the next slide, we can find another idea to honor our ancestor. We're always talking about them in the Samhain season because we want to honor them. We want to remember their legacy. We want to remember how they helped us when they were with us. So what can we do? Of course, we can start by creating an ancestor altar with many pictures of them. But perhaps you don't have the time or the space to set an altar, and you can do other activities like share some family story with your friends. My grandfather used to do this, or my grandmother used to do that, or we had a really funny moment one day. Talk about them, share your memories with your people, because it is a form to keep them alive. In my family, we always say that no one dies if they are not forgotten. So please let keep their memories alive, talking about them. You can also research on the family tree. We all know our grandparents, but how about their parents, their grandparents? So we can do a little research and draw a family tree. And we may cook a recipe that our grandmothers or our mothers or an aunt or whatever, whoever you want, taught you. And you can share that recipe with your people and say, my grandmother taught me this recipe. So it is a way to honor her, having this plate on the table and let's enjoy this delicious recipe in her memory. And if you like gardening, you can plant a tree or some flowers in your garden to honor your ancestor. And as they grow, you will feel a strong connection with them. And if you are a crafty person, you can do those last activity. This one I really love it. It's a remembrance jar. Just take a big jar and take some small pieces of paper and you may write some memories of your ancestor. It doesn't have to be a long writing, just perhaps a sentence like the moment in which they came with us on holiday, or that recipe, or when they gave me the best hug of my life. And we can put all the little papers in the jar, and every day you can get a piece of paper, you can read it, you can remember and honor that moment, and then you can burn that piece of paper ceremonially. So if you do that, you will be remembering them for a long time, as many days as pieces of paper you have written. And of course, you can do a scrapbook of your family history, add some pictures, some information you want to have. So when you open that scrapbook, you may remember your ancestor. So you have many ideas to connect with them. And the last activity, it is about working with our shadows. We have done some shadow work in this ceremony. We have worked with a mirror and we have danced with our shadow. I just want to remember you that we can banish our shadows. They are part of us. So please remember that we should embrace them. It's a process that involves compassion. We have to give our love to our shadows, take the power from them, and tell them, I know you are there, but you are not able to control me. I don't want you to leave from my body. I know you are here trying to escape, but I am not letting you escape. So what can we do? It is not just about working with a mirror or dancing with the shadow. You can do many, many, many things. Perhaps if you like writing, you can do some kind of self-reflection in a journal. What are my shadows? What are my fears? What are um, my the moments in which I find a great challenge in my life? And you can also meditate on those fears, on those insecurities. Where do they come from? Why they arise in some particular moment? You can meditate about this. You can write about this. And I also invite you to identify those triggers, because if you discover what are the triggers that release your shadows, you will be able to control them, because you will find, wow, here we have a trigger. I stopped you, shadow. I loved you. I hold you, but please stay there. And also embrace vulnerability. Talk about your shadows. We always want to hide them. Please don't do that. Tell your friend, I am not feeling okay with this. I fear this. I have this problem. Because when we are surrounded by people that is holding us, we can work with our shadows in a better way. And of course, we can use affirmation to counter negative self-talk. You shouldn't say, I am not enough to do this. I am more than enough. I can't paint. Well, perhaps you can say, I haven't taken some painting classes. So let's change the way in which we speak about ourselves, and let's try to do it in a positive way. And finally, keep a shadow journal to track your progress. It is very important. It is just not writing about your shadows. Write about those moments in which you have been able to control them, to love them, because when you read it some months later, you will be very proud of you. So enjoy this sowing season, create many altars, honor your ancestor, embrace your shadow. Have a wonderful time in the darkest part of the year. Blessed be.
Hi everyone, we'll just sing one song together at the end here. I think many of you might know this song. This is really to honor the Morgans. With ancient knowledge in our hearts, we stir the cauldron of time. With seeds of the future and fruits of the past, we brew our elixir sublime. Remember what is forgotten, claim our power from long ago. Repair the broken hearts, dig deep inside, release the pain. Come be reborn in the cauldron of Avalon. Blessed be, and may you indeed release the pain. Give it all to the Morgans, they love it. They will take it, they will consume it and transform it. Blessed be. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Well, now we're getting just into the end, and I want to thank you, all of you, for being here, just sharing as this beautiful big community. We all been in Avalon, in the dark temple, facing our shadows, but this season is just beginning. So thank you so much, and I just really encourage all of you just to follow the tips that we have just received from our priestess, our priest Newman. So, yes, thank you so much. Thank you, Natasha. Thank you, Adrian. Thank you, Elifa. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you to all. And before leaving, I just want you to take a few minutes to listen that there's a very important message that our tech priestess, Francisca, has to give to us. Thank you. And Francisca, it's all of you.
Thank you very much. Also, many thanks from my side for all of you. And I would like to share with you the offerings we have in the future from the Goddess Temple. And they're great teachers of whom you've some seen and heard today. We're starting with priestessing and priestessing or priesting in the underworld, an in-person training in Glastonbury with priestess healers Sally Pullinger and Sophie Pullinger. And this is beginning in January 2025. You will also find all the links I'm just sharing in the chat right now. I will just share this with you. All right, and then the beloved Silver Spirals also starting again with Mariah Jones, and this is beginning Spiral 1 in 2nd and 23rd March 2025. Spiral 2 starts 15th, 16th March 2025, and there you will learn about goddess-centered astrology. Another beautiful offering from priestess, artist, and sculptor Susie Cordemas is a 4-weekend training where you get to know the muse and her power to enjoy creativity and bring her back to creative lives. So if you're interested in that, you will also find the link here, and this also begins in March. Then we have in February starting the Soul Healing Intensive Healing Training course with Karen Persons, where you will learn the soul healing, a subtle and powerful form of energetic healing. If you've enjoyed dancing today, and you even might be a dancing teacher or would like to become a dancing teacher, has a special course by Sally Bryant, also starting in March, 31st March next year. The Alchemical Sacred Dance of Transformation, a teacher training course where you will learn how to hold the space and how to bring people to dancing. And the Sacred Birth Keeper Spiral of Christina Turner and Susanna Rickman will start in February, 1st and 2nd February in Glastonbury. And there you will learn how to reclaim ceremonial practices and natural wisdom for pregnancy, birth, and postpartum. It's a online training with 2 in-person weekends in Glastonbury. And last but not least, if you enjoyed today and would like to support the temple, we would be very honored if you became the virtual Goddess Temple matron and joined the virtual Goddess Temple with some monthly donation. You can find out more about this on our website. Thank you very much, and thank you for all your patience. We will also upload a video of the ceremony today where the little glitches we had in between will be fixed, so you can also rewatch everything. And see you next time.
Okay, thank you so much, and have a very blessed showing with all of your ancestors and with the lady, and embracing your shadows. And thank you so much. See you.